If you've been struggling with belly fat that won't budge despite eating right and exercising, there's something happening beneath the surface that most women completely overlook: your cortisol levels. In this video, I'm breaking down the hidden connection between cortisol and belly fat, what's actually happening in your body, why traditional weight loss advice fails, and what you need to know to finally get results. Stick around until the end because I'll be sharing why getting rid of stress fat isn't about working harder or eating less, but about working with your hormones instead. I'm Lesha, a nutritionist specializing in burnout recovery for high-achieving women. After experiencing burnout firsthand and helping women reset their metabolism and balance their hormones, I've seen how stress affects fat storage. And today, I'm going to explain what no one else is telling you about cortisol and belly fat. Cortisol is widely known as the body's stress hormone, but it's not just about handling the pressure of daily life. Cortisol actually plays a major role in regulating fat storage, and more importantly, it has a direct impact on where that fat is stored in your body. Here's where it gets interesting. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol to prepare you for a fight or flight response. This means that cortisol is part of a survival mechanism. It's a hormone designed to help your body react quickly in times of danger. So when you're under stress, cortisol increases, boosting your heart rate and giving you that burst of energy. However, this natural stress response is only supposed to work temporarily. When stress is prolonged and cortisol remains elevated for too long, that's when problems start to arise. The issue is, cortisol doesn't just hang around. It affects fat storage, particularly around your midsection. Stress and belly fat go hand in hand. You could be eating healthy, sticking to a regular exercise routine, and even getting enough sleep. But if your cortisol levels are consistently high, your body holds on to fat, especially around the abdominal area. This isn't just some random, uncontrollable fat storage. When cortisol is high, your body goes into survival mode, and fat storage in the abdomen is an evolutionary response. Why? Because the body needs quick access to energy in case it needs to fight or flee. By storing fat in the belly, your body ensures that it has easy access to fuel whenever it's needed. Think of it like this. When your body's in a constant state of stress, it's as if your body is always on alert. And when cortisol remains elevated for long periods of time, it sets off a cascade of events that trigger visceral fat storage. That's stubborn fat around your organs, most notably around the belly. Studies show that chronic stress and elevated cortisol lead to a process called visceral fat storage. This is the fat that's stored deep into your belly, surrounding your internal organs. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that high cortisol levels are directly linked to increased abdominal fat. This is exactly why stress fat can be so persistent and why it doesn't simply disappear with a few healthy meals or extra hours in the gym. The key takeaway here: cortisol is the driving force behind belly fat storage. And if you're not addressing your cortisol levels, no amount of dieting or exercise will work long term. Your body will continue to hold on to that fat until you get your cortisol back on control. I know because I lived through this. Now let's clear up a common misconception here. Belly fat isn't just about calories in, calories out. It's not about eating too much or exercising too little. It's a stress response. When you're under constant stress, your body releases cortisol, and this hormone has a profound effect on how and where your body stores fat. Cortisol does a lot of things in the body, but one of its main roles is to provide you with immediate energy to handle a stressor. To do this, cortisol releases glucose into your bloodstream, which provides energy for your muscles to either fight or flee. But here's the kicker. When you're stressed for prolonged periods, the body gets stuck in this energy production mode and it starts storing fat, particularly around the abdomen, for future use. Instead of burning fat for fuel, your body goes into fat storage mode, especially in the belly area, where it's easier to access. That's because your body assumes that you'll need this stored energy to handle ongoing stress. It's a biological survival mechanism. But here's the problem. If your body is constantly storing fat and you're not burning it off because the stress response is still going on, it doesn't matter how much you exercise or eat. The body remains in the storage mode and you can't get rid of it. This means that even if you are eating healthy foods, working out regularly, and doing everything right, your body is still in fat storing mode and it won't let go of that belly fat. The glucose released by cortisol intended for energy never gets burned up in the fight or flight situation, so it ends up being stored as fat in the belly. This is also why stress fat tends to be persistent even when you do everything right. Cortisol is the root cause. Until you manage your cortisol levels, you will continue to see this fat accumulating in your midsection, no matter how hard you try to lose it with conventional methods. Now you might be thinking, if I just eat less and work out harder, I'll lose this belly fat for good, right? But here's the problem. Traditional dieting and excessive cardio can actually make your stress fat situation worse. When you're already in burnout mode or dealing with chronic stress, your body's cortisol levels are already elevated. And guess what happens when you drastically cut out calories or do intense, high-impact workouts like HIIT or long cardio sessions? Your cortisol levels shoot up even more. It's counterproductive. When your cortisol spikes, your body starts holding on to fat. The more you push your body with extreme calorie restriction or excessive exercise, the more cortisol gets released. And instead of burning fat, your body is now in a survival mode, holding on to every bit of fat it can. It gets worse. Not only does high cortisol encourage fat storage, but it also burns muscle. And muscle is key for boosting metabolism and burning fat. So while you're doing these intense workouts, your body starts burning through muscle, which slows down your metabolism over time. This makes it harder to lose weight and even more difficult to get rid of that stubborn belly fat. Here's the vicious cycle. You restrict calories, do intense workouts, and your cortisol levels stay elevated. Instead of shedding fat, you keep holding on to it, especially in your belly, while burning muscle and slowing down your metabolism. This is why so many women hit a weight loss plateau, even when they feel like they're doing everything right. Studies have shown that excessive exercise and calorie restriction, especially if your cortisol is already high, can actually cause more harm than good. In fact, one study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that intense exercise combined with calorie restriction increases cortisol levels and impairs fat burning in women. Here's the good news. Yes, there's good news. You can finally say goodbye to stubborn belly fat without endlessly cutting calories, exhausting yourself with extreme workouts, or feeling like you're on a never-ending roller coaster of stress and exhaustion. This is possible when you work with your body's rhythms instead of fighting against them. When cortisol is balanced, everything starts to align: your body, energy, and metabolism. The results? A leaner, more energized you who feels in control of your stress and your health. No more struggling against the clock, trying to fit into someone else's idea of health. Imagine seeing your body respond to your efforts without needing to starve or stress yourself out. By balancing cortisol, you're creating the perfect environment for your body to heal, recover, and thrive. No more fighting against your hormones. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is how real transformations happen. When you understand the deeper connection between cortisol, stress, and belly fat, you unlock the secret to lasting, sustainable results. Now that you know what's really going on beneath the surface when it comes to stress and belly fat, it's time to stop wasting time on approaches that don't work. The solution isn't just to work out harder or eat less. It's about working with your body to reset your cortisol levels and metabolism for lasting, sustainable results. That's why I created a comprehensive guide from exhausted to energized, the high achieving woman's step-by-step guide to restoring energy and balance. This free guide will walk you through exactly how to use food, movement, and smart lifestyle changes to balance your hormones, lower cortisol, and start seeing that belly fat melt away. Download this guide now and start the journey to finally breaking free from the cycle of stress fat and start feeling like you again. And if you're ready to dive deeper into understanding cortisol, belly fat, and what you could do to manage them, my next video is perfect for you. Why your diet isn't helping you lose stress fat. In this video, I'll break down exactly why traditional dieting strategies are missing the mark when it comes to stress fat and what you can do differently to achieve long-term results. If that video is already published, you can click on the end screen to watch it. If it's not available yet, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss it when it goes live. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.